Another great EPL weekend, Manchester City versus Chelsea. Yesterday on Saturday, Arsenal was heads on with Bournemouth, and Bournemouth managed to silence Arsenal's admirations and aspirations of winning the EPL league by hitting them 2-1 at Emirates. And today, it's another great weekend again. Chelsea going heads on with Manchester City at us from 17:30. That is their time, but we're getting it at 7:40, 7:30. That's the East African time. And before that, we're going to talk about the pre-match analysis of this match, the probability of each team winning against the other team. Remember, it's a heads-on match, and this very much determinant match for Manchester City to send a very strong warning to Arsenal and tell them that we are not just the title participants, but we are the title contenders. We are in to get this thing, and it's a strong message to Arsenal because the last time Arsenal met with Manchester City was during the Carabao Cup at Wembley, and Manchester City managed to beat Arsenal 2-0, and they became the Carabao Cup champions. And Arsenal left without anything. And these Arsenal fans, like me, we say that the next thing we're looking at is the EPL, and that's the EPL and FA. Arsenal was drawn out of that, and then we're remaining with the Champions League and EPL. And today, EPL is going down. Match contest takes venues at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea is at home. Chelsea is at home. League positions: Manchester City's second title race. Chelsea, they are on the sixth. There is a top four chess. They are not among the title race. It's only Arsenal and Manchester City who are on the title race. These are high stakes encounters. City are chasing the title and must win to close the gap on Arsenal. Chelsea are fighting for Champions League qualification. Pressure is massive on both sides, but different for different reason. Reason Manchester City's at pressure is to make sure that they're closing the gap in between them and Arsenal for title race. And Chelsea are on this to make sure that they are qualifying for the Champions League. There is a current form. Chelsea poor league run, only one win in last 5 matches, and recent loss at that is 3-0 to Everton. Big 7 FA Cup, big winner, that is a 7-0 FA Cup with a confidence boost, but versus weak opposition. There is Chelsea are inconsistent, good attacking flashes, but unreliable when it comes to defense, and I believe that is where Manchester City would focus on to make sure that they're getting everything they need right against Chelsea. Manchester City former strong recent results for win versus Liverpool, that's FA Cup. The 1-1 draw versus West Ham. There is in the league. City looks sharper, more balanced, and in better rhythm, leading and heading into this game. Heads-to-head stats: Man City unbeaten in the last 10 meetings versus Chelsea. Last meeting was draw, 1-1 draw. City dominance, 7 wins, 3 draws in recent clashes. Psychologically, City have the edge of winning this match today. Team news and injuries: Chelsea issues: Enzo Fernandez suspended, Reece James injured, Trevor Chalobah injured, Levi Colwill injured. A big defensive and midfield absence for Chelsea. That means that they are so much open, and I know Manchester City will use that one as an advantage to make sure they're getting whatever they want. But Manchester City are not without injuries. We have Ruben Diaz, who's out of the game, Josko Vardiol, who is out, John Stones, not so sure whether he'll be in the game or not, but he might be in or he might not be in. City also weakened in defense, but still deeper squad overall. That is what Pep Guardiola will always do in this. Tactical analysis: Chelsea strategy 4-2-3-1. Key players: Cole Palmer, creativity hub João Pedro main goal rate, and Moise Caicedo doing the midfield thing, an inch to the midfield, making sure that the passes are passed right, and their midfield is strong as it needs to create a great opposition for Manchester against Manchester City. Approach possession based, 60%. Average quick transitions through Palmer. overload on wings. And weaknesses: Chelsea defensive inability, vulnerable to counter attacks. That is what Manchester United might be using as a way to leverage on and make sure that Chelsea is out of game as they score more games. So Manchester City will be playing with 4-2-3-1 same, or they can change to 4-1-4-1. Key players: Erling Haaland, lethal finisher; Bernardo Silva, controlling creativity; Jeremy Doku, pace and dribbling; Rodri, keeping the midfield strong and anchored in that sense. Approach: high possession, 60%, plus structured position play, fast wide attacks, Doku and Semenyo. Weaknesses: defensive injuries and fullback exposed in transitions. And I believe Chelsea can also take that. Chelsea have always been good in counter attacks, and they can use that as an advantage on their side to make sure that they're crippling Manchester City, and later create a great defense to make sure that Manchester City doesn't really get themselves past that defense. Key battles: Rodri versus Palmer, control versus creativity. Whoever dominates midfield dictates the game, and that is what Manchester will be looking into. Manchester City will be looking into so much to make sure that they're in control of the match. Haaland versus Chelsea defense. Chelsea's weakened backline versus elite striker. A big mismatch advantage for City. I want to see if that one will be happening. Doku versus Justo. Cucurella. Pace versus defensive discipline could decide chances created for Erling Haaland to finish and give scores to Manchester City. Match starts inside. Chelsea average that will be 1.9 goals per game. City concede that is 1.0 goals per game. Suggested things that will be happening: Chelsea will create chances, City more efficient overall. And people will be asking, what are the predictions of this match today? From your script, what will be the predictions of the match today from a script today? I'll say that expected game pattern will be City dominating possession in the match. Chelsea ensures on counter, open attacking match for overall teams, for both the teams. But Manchester City not give a chance to do counter attack, because that's where they will use that as an advantage against Manchester City in the match today. Live score: Chelsea. Most people are saying Chelsea 1, Manchester City 2. But do the opposite: Chelsea 2, Manchester City 1. That will be my predictions in this match. Not because I'm an Arsenal fan, but because I believe that is what's going to happen today. Why City edge it? Better form, stronger squad depth, psychological dominance, Haaland factor is what will determine the winning, why City will win or not. But if Haaland is left out in this, then that means that will be a draw at Stamford Bridge. But I don't believe if Chelsea will just let it go, they'll have to do something to make sure that they are retaining their home dominance in this match. Chelsea dangerous but inconsistent. Man City more complete, more clinical in this game, and from the rest of the games that we've been watching, Manchester City slight favorite, but not easy game for them to win. That's why I said on my script, I'm saying that Chelsea have an upper hand in this match. I know the odds are not good for Chelsea with all these injuries that Chelsea have. The odds are very good for Manchester City, but that is what will bring Manchester City down today. Not because I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm saying that because I want Manchester City to lose for Arsenal to continue dominating this match. I'm just saying whatever will be happening on the ground. But if you see it the other way around, no problem. Everybody has its own way, has their own way of seeing all these things. So that has been my pre-match analysis for the Manchester City versus Chelsea match at Stamford Bridge. I don't know what you'll say, but again, we'll be coming with a post-match analysis on the same once the game has been done. It's been your host, Alan Hoy, reporting for Alan aka TV Sports. Don't leave without subscribing, and leave your comment and let us know what you have to say about this. Love you all. Bye.